I'm going to use Photoshop to make a live action Crocodile for the next season of the One Piece's live action. Watch me turn this actor into one of One Piece's greatest villains and then make a character logo for the upcoming season. The One Piece live action was so good that it's already been renewed for a second season. And I'm curious how they're gonna promote it, so I decided to give it a shot myself. For the rest of this video, you'll see my over 5 hours of work and 105 layers on Photoshop to turn this into a reality. For this project, I wanted to focus on Crocodile, so I wanted to make a teaser-like character poster for him, similar to how they did for other characters in Season 1. My initial idea was to have Luffy in the front as the main focus, but I shifted that idea later on to have Crocodile as the only one in the picture. Starting off, I went through many different possible actors for Crocodile, and I ultimately decided to go with Javier Bardem, who's a Spanish actor that's in some big movies like Pirates of the Caribbean, so it only makes sense to cast him in a pirate show, and I'm not just justifying my poor casting skills. And part of the reason was I liked this smug, confident look that he had, and it really radiated that Crocodile energy from the show. So the next thing I had to do was just transform him into Crocodile. It's very easy to do this. It just takes 6 little steps. Step 1, turn hair black. Step 2, add fur coat. Step 3, turn clothes black. Step 4, add scarf. Step 5, turn scarf green. Step 6, add scarf. Very easy. This is how he is before, and this is how he is after. Very easy. Next, I wanted to make a live action Alabasta to have in the background, so I started from the foreground moving back to the background by adding in water, then sand, and then a cliff, with the main town kind of resting on top of that cliff, and then ultimately a temple in the background of that town. For the cliff, I used Photoshop's generative AI to kind of fill in with some filler mountains in the background to close the gap and balance out the composition. This is the future. Lastly, I added a temple to the top and a sky that fit the scenario and did some color adjustments, and now I had a full-fledged Alabasta to use as a background element. Take a look. Admire that. Since Crocodile is the first real sinister villain in the series, I wanted to emphasize that by having this monochromatic design with this deep black and green color scheme that makes the design kind of intense and a bit intimidating. Next, I added my good buddy Javier to the background and blended him in. Then I added the One Piece logo and then the Netflix logo just to flex our Season 2 budget. Now that the layout's taking shape, it's time to go to the most fun part of design. The unnecessary details. I wanted to include an actual crocodile in the design somehow, and my original idea was to have the crocodile actually biting the logo, but the way that it looked just didn't look right with me. I then remembered something Season 1 did that I actually really loved, and it was when in each episode they had unique logos for each character that really shines in that specific episode. So I wanted to do something like that for Crocodile, since eventually they would be making their own for Season 2. I wanted to give a shot at my own. Design is very easy. It's just 9 easy steps. It's just 8 easy steps. Step 1, remove Luffy's skull. Step 2, add crocodile head. Step 3, color correct. Red eye is optional. Step 4, move the eye. Step 5, replace the eye. Step 6, change the text color to green. Step 7, add the missing character for the eye because you forgot to do that before. Step 8, outline the text with gold. And voila, it's done. Wow, incredible. One of my original ideas was to make this a wanted poster design, but I felt like that would kind of limit me to what I could design. So I decided to go away from that route, but I still wanted to have some elements of it in this design. So I added this old paper border to it to kind of give it just a little bit more texture and then also give it that little bit of old time piratey feel. I added some small details like adding in a lens flare on the shiny gold on the bottom and adding these cool looking embers coming up over the logo. And then I moved on to the final element of the design. Like I just mentioned before, I wanted this to be like a more like wanted poster kind of feel, so I decided to add the classic text for all the other One Piece wanted posters where it says dead or alive and then the character's name. So I added dead or alive Sir Crocodile. I then added this gold beveled stroke around it to match that gold accent color that I have in the logo to bring the whole piece together. Lastly, I added a rim light behind Crocodile, and I brought some color back into the town of Alabasta just to kind of give the piece a little bit more color, and the final design is complete.
The One Piece is real!
Let's add a camera raw filter and then just go do some final cinematic shots of the design. Wait. You're not allowed to watch the final shots until you go and like the video right now. Go obliterate it, go find its friends and family, and go obliterate them too. All right, continue. I make design, you have opinion. Leave opinion in comment. Goodbye.